Howdy folks, it's not Jay, and today we're taking a look at how I painted and applied decals to a 1/300th scale B-17G that I printed. This model is actually from Thingiverse. It's a free download STL that you can find on Thingiverse, and I'll have the link to the file down below in the description. Once I got it printed and cleaned up, I sprayed it with a Krylon camouflage paint that is olive drab. You can pick it up at Walmart for about $6 or $7, I think it is now. And once it got dried, I brought it in and started painting it up using the Army Painter War Paints Fog Gray to get the bottom covered. As you can see, it takes a couple of coats to get the best coverage, and really is, I think, is almost spot on for the color for the underside of American aircraft in World War II. So just getting the lines done using that flat brush is actually pretty easy. Don't go too crazy with it. You don't want to get any over the wings, of course, on the tops or on the tail plane at all. But you do want to make sure you got good coverage all the way around. So it doesn't take too long to get it done. As you can see, it's pretty easy part of the entire process. Probably the easiest in my opinion. Next, we picked up some matte white, also by the Army Painter War Paints line. And what I'm doing here is putting white on everywhere that there is glass or plexiglass on the aircraft. Doing the nose cone, that area right there is called the navigation bubble. The navigator of the aircraft would be able to take sightings with an astrolabe and a sextant to find positions of the aircraft at night. Then I had to do the cheek guns. This model doesn't have a really good definition of where the windows are, so I used some images from the web to find out exactly where all of that is, all the glass, all the windows are. Did my best guess. It's not perfect. It's not exactly right on, but it's close enough. The reason I'm using the white is once I get that all the windows done, I come back over and put a blue over it. I used to use Vallejo's transparent blue, which works really well, but as you can see here, I've transitioned to using the Citadel Color Contrast Talisar Blue, and I think it gives a pretty good look for glass. You could probably also use a green color. I've seen that quite a bit from time to time. But again, like I said, on uh, this particular model, there's no real definition of where the glass is. So I kind of guessed where it was based off of what I saw on the internet images. Um, so once I got all of the glass painted in with the blue, we then moved to get a bit of the black on there. Do again using the Army Painter War Painter matte black to get the propellers painted and also get a bit of color on the machine guns, just to kind of give it a contrasting look. I could have probably spent a little more time and getting some black into the inside of the engine cowlings, but I just wanted to kind of do a quick paint job, show how quickly it would take to get this model done. Honestly, the entire model from the time I brought it in, from being sprayed to the time I had finished with the decals, was a little. Actual full work time was probably around, I would say 45 minutes to an hour. Uh, Actually, the doing the decals themselves took the longest. Now, the decals I've used here for this particular project were from a company called Flight Deck Decals, and you can get them at Flight Deck Decals 2400.com. They've actually got a pretty wide array of different decals. This particular project required two different sets, one for the U.S. Insignia, the stars and bar insignias, and then one set for the squadron markings. I think there's about a dozen squadron markings in this particular sheet that I had. So I think it came together really nice. Gets a good historically plausible. I don't want to say historically accurate because the model itself is a little off, but the decals are spot on. These are exactly the way that the paint would look on a B-17 from this particular squadron. I don't remember the squadron number that I chose to do. Actually, looking at the decal sheet now, it looks like it's the 322nd Bomber Squadron. They had the A insignia for the bomber group that they were part of, and then the LG on the fuselage shows that they were the 332nd Bomber Squadron. So, all in all, a good little model. I think it turned out really nice. It looks good on the table. I had 6 of these at Battles and Brews this past July, in July of 2024. They looked really good on the table going up against some ME BF-109s and BF-110s and FW-190s. Great looking model all in all. I really enjoyed doing this project. Hope to get some more aircraft painted up and decals done. So until next time, we'll see you on the flip side.